I'm going to let you
That's not
take
wrong.
this next one though, because you wrote this up and I don't really know much about it. I didn't have time to look into this. So I'm glad you wrote this up. Tell us about Alundra.
Yeah. Sure. So essentially, I actually was trolling on the, I guess not trolling, I guess sort of like looking on the Sega Extreme forum because I was like, oh, I actually have a notification, so it just tells me every time something pops up. And I saw this, there's like this post that's called Alundra translation, or no, Alundra clone or engine port. And it was by a guy named, I'm going to butcher his name, Sir Zuriant? I don't even know how to pronounce, if I'm pronouncing that right, so... Sorry, but yeah, he posted it way back in 2014, and for some reason he got bumped all the way back up. And guess who bumped it? You would never guess in your wildest dreams.
Mr. Burns.
Yep, Mr. Burns bumped it.
Excellent.
Always in the back of our minds, pulling the strings behind the SHIRO newscasts. But essentially, he was talking about working on a port back in 2014, and one of his really first efforts was to port the data S-Ben file, which means a lot of the game's assets, tiles, sprites, and others to sort of grab all the assets that are necessary for the game. Mm-hmm. And the demo that's playing right now is actually a XNA demo he made in 11.
Okay.
Just like a proof of concept to see his implementation of it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look on above there, there's actually a screenshot of some of the game running in Yabuse. Yabuse, I don't know how long ago that would be, though, but it was an older form, and for some reason, for some time it really has been dormant. Yeah. But the thread actually recently got bumped up, and he ended up posting a bunch of his repository of all of his work and what he's been doing recently. And he's starting with it, and right now he's starting documenting his analysis of how the game's logic and events function. Apparently, Night of Dragon pointed out to me that there's more work done in the Sega Extreme Discord of working on the game. It seems like he's back in the fold of working on it again. But right now it's sort of in the initial phases again because he just didn't do much work on it much to begin with. So right now he's working more on it, and there's a potential we might get it on the Saturn, which would be kind of cool. I'd be down to play it. What about you?
Oh, absolutely. I loved Alundra on the PlayStation. Derivative, sure. I mean, it's like no action RPG like this RPG could deny their influence from Zelda, the Zelda games. And of course, it's no Link to the Past, but when I had a PlayStation, it was definitely one of the ones I picked up and enjoyed playing. So yeah, I'd love to play it on the Saturn. I'd be interested
Another expensive game on PS1 now too.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I noticed that, watching that demo, I do notice that some assets aren't loading in and everything, but no, that's cool that there's interest in this kind of thing too. I've been thinking that on our translation channel in the Discord, right now we just have translation discussion, and it's like everybody's posting about all their projects, and then somebody came in and they're wanted to know about the Deathmask project, and I was like, okay, scroll up and try to find it in the midst of people talking about other stuff. Maybe we need to have sub channels for each project. I don't know, so that people can specifically talk about certain projects. I think that might be a good idea, but I'd like to know what people think in the comments.
I think the biggest issue I have with that is that I think if we do that, it would be taking a lot of steam out of the Sega Extreme Discord.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that for sure. I think I like the idea of discussion, so I think I might do that. If you actually, I guess, call to arms again. If you have worked on a project and want us to make a Discord of it, like a channel, hit us up and we will post one in there. I know off the top of my head, Deathmask, Grandia, Lunar, the bulk / translation project, but I don't know. They might be chatting up in the Sega Extreme. We don't want to take any steam away from Sega Extreme. We love Sega Extreme extremely, and we are all about them. We're all about sport. Yeah, so we're literally just happy to share a lot of the news that's happening, and they're creating a lot of the news. And then if a project if a project comes to life through the SHIRO server, I just want to make it easier for people to talk about and kind of scroll up and figure out what's going on without having to disambiguate projects. But yeah, what
I could start doing is I can just create
create a channel for like the ones that are SHIRO orientated, so like Bulk Slash and Deathmask, and then we can work from there. If I mean both Emerald Nova and Night of Dragon are both in here, so if they want to chime in and want me to make a project for them, like a Discord channel,
yeah,
I'd be down for that. Actually, are you actually here, Emerald, or are you away?
Oh, and Fire Pro.
I'm here. I'm just I didn't want to interrupt the news segments.
Gotcha. What's your thoughts on that for the different Discord channel stuff?
So the thing is, I mean, everyone's got like a million Discords. Obviously,
True.
Most of these kind of work is done through coordinated efforts on Sega XTREME. My own projects have their own sub-channels on my own Discord that I just kind of use to organize thoughts. It's more like an archive of, hey, here's an idea or here's a design, and Xenos will post a new model or a render or something like that. I mean, it's not like more channels ever really hurts, but I think most of the centralized effort should probably revolve around whoever's actually running the project. So like on Sega XTREME, you're not going to get your own like channel for a specific project. If someone who's actually heading the project is on SHIRO or is part of SHIRO, you might as well just make the sub channel there.
Yeah, and Danthrax made their own. They have their own channel for Bulk Slash on Discord, so that's fine. The question came to my mind yesterday when someone new to the server came in and he was just like, I'd like to volunteer for the Deathmask project. And folks were like, well, scroll up, I guess. And I mean, there's several days of conversation that are kind of like interspersed. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it would be appropriate. But I definitely, for existing projects, I don't know. Yeah.
I might want to just interject in there is that after he had posted that, I went and kind of consolidated everything into one post for specifically for his benefit.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's I think for those who are like really serious about it and want to find out, they'll be able to find that sort of scrolling back beneficial, but. For people who want to have assistance in getting these projects off the ground, you're going to see things like a consolidation post or what have you. I don't necessarily think that we need a channel for every single translation project, but it might be kind of nice to have that consolidated.
Cool.
Yeah, I think one of the things I was hoping to do with the patch channel is that we have all the patches that were updated and all the patches that exist, so they can just scroll through it and click on a link, and that's what Derek was doing in the past. So,
of course,
I'm hoping, yeah.
Well, also I like folks to be going over to the source, and downloading patches from Sega XTREME, because then for sure that it's the most up-to-date version, too. So it's like if they're complaining about a bug in something, it's like, well, what version are you using, or if they're complaining about Night of Dragon's patcher, and it's like, okay, what version are you using, so that's one of those things. But definitely.
I mean, we'd always create a channel and have the links to it, like a rules channel. Be like, here's the link to this project, here's the link to that project, and if anybody wants to, we'll discuss this off air and the other one.